Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another comfort food for the entire family. I cannot wait to share tonight's dinner with you. It was absolutely delicious. My husband and myself loved it. He even made the comment, this would be perfect if you had kids. So hence the reason why this recipe was incorporated in comfort food for the family. So if you want to see what I had on the menu as this week's comfort food, stay tuned. For tonight's dinner, I am going to be making turkey meatballs with mashed potatoes and gravy. Super excited about this dinner. It's coming to an end of winter here, and I feel like I want to throw in one last comfort food meal before the end of the cold weather and moving into the nicer weather. So let me show you what is in tonight's dinner. You're going to need some cornbread stuffing mix, chicken broth, salt, sage, parsley, Italian seasoning, and black pepper. You're also going to need some gravy. The recipe calls for an onion dice. I'm going to use minced onion. I definitely do not like big chunks of onion in my meatballs, so minced onion takes all of that out of the equation. You're going to need some garlic, eggs, ground turkey. I'm going to be using the 99% fat-free, so it makes it 0 smart points. You're also going to need some mashed potatoes. You can either make your own or use these amazing Trader Joe's frozen mashed potatoes. And then I'm going to pair mine with some mixed vegetables. So let's get started on our meatballs, potatoes, and gravy. To get started on our meatballs, I went ahead and measured out 1.5 cups of the cornbread stuffing. I put this into a Ziploc bag and crushed it up with a rolling pin. So we're gonna go ahead and add that to our big bowl, and then we're also going to be adding in 1/2 cup of chicken stock. We're going to give that a nice good mix. We want to make sure that all of our stuffing mix gets wet so that it starts to expand and soften, because that is a big part of our meatballs. We don't want hard chunks of stuffing in our meatballs. And then once you've mixed that thoroughly, we're going to be adding in our minced onion. I'm going to be adding in the equivalent of a chopped up onion. Again, I just like the smaller minced pieces better than cutting up an onion myself. We're also going to be adding in some parsley. Again, a decent amount of parsley. That's going to add some flavor to our meatballs. We're also going to be adding in some minced garlic. So I'm just going to put a nice big scoop in there. We're also going to add in 2 eggs, so make sure that you don't get shells. Those of you that watch my channel know that I'm pretty notorious for that, so I don't know why I didn't pre-crack these. But look at that, no shells this time. And then we're also going to be adding in some salt and pepper. So we'll add in some pepper, and then we'll also add in some of our Himalayan pink sea salt. And then we're going to give this another really good stir before we add in our ground turkey, because we want to make sure that this part of our ingredients is nice and combined. Most importantly, you want those eggs mixed in with the stuffing so that is the binder of your meatballs. So you want to make sure that those are nice and mixed in before you go adding your turkey to the bowl. But this is already looking really good. After you've mixed all of that together, you're going to add in your turkey like I did here. You're definitely going to give this a nice mix. You want to make sure that all that stuffing is nice and incorporated with your meat. If you can't get a good mix using a spoon, you may have to use your hands, which I may actually end up doing. But I want to get this all nice and combined, and then we're ready to form our meatballs. But this should be really good with that cornbread stuffing. Should give our meatballs just a little bit different taste than just using traditional breadcrumbs. Once your mixture is nice and combined, go ahead and grab out your cookie sheet. I did go ahead and spray mine with nonstick cooking spray only because my turkey is super lean. I don't want my meatballs to stick to my sheet. And then basically it's time to get in with your hands, and we're going to take these and we're going to form these into meatballs. So you can do whatever size that you would like, but I'm actually going to make mine about the size of a quarter just so that I can have more bang for my buck. So we're going to get this turkey all mixed together, get our little meatballs all made up, and then we'll be ready to get these into the oven. But these are going to be delicious. once you have your meatballs all rolled out onto your cookie sheet, we are just going to top them with a little bit of olive oil spray. The recipe calls for olive oils, but I'm saving the points by just doing a little bit of olive oil spray. Basically 1 spray per meatball. And a lot of it actually goes onto the parchment paper. So it's more like probably half a spray per meatball. But we're going to get those all sprayed with oil. And then these are going to go into the oven at 400 for 15 to 20 minutes until cooked through. And in the meantime, we will get our mashed potatoes and our gravy ready. Next, we're going to get our gravy ready to go. So what I have here is the Heinz roasted turkey gravy. I'm just going to dump that into my bowl here. I'm going to doctor it up a little bit, give it a little bit more flavor. I find this gravy is good, but it's just more salty than flavorful. So I'm gonna make this an herbed gravy. And to do that, I'm going to be adding in some Italian seasoning. You can also add in your rosemary and thyme if you don't have Italian seasoning, but both of those spices are actually in here. And then I'm also going to be adding in some ground sage. And again, that is indicative of turkey and gravy. And then lastly, I'm going to add in just a little bit more parsley. Give that a quick stir. And then our gravy is ready to go. We're going to set this aside while our meatballs cook. While our meatballs are in the oven, I'm going to get some mashed potatoes going for myself. So what I have here is 11 pieces of the mashed potatoes. I love these. They come in these nice little chunks, and they are real mashed potatoes. All you do is add a little bit of water, pop them in your microwave, and you have amazing potatoes. These 11 pieces are only 4 smart points. My gravy is all ready to go, and I'm going to pop my veggies into the microwave. And then we'll be ready to pull our meatballs and plate up our dinner. The turkey meatballs just came out of the oven. Look at how good these look. These look so yummy. So I'm gonna let these cool for just a few minutes while our potatoes and veggies are in the microwave. I'll plate up my dinner, and then I will show you my completed dinner and give you the smart points. So here's my completed dinner for tonight. I have 3 smart points worth of meatballs. All I have to count is the breadcrumbs that were used in the meatballs. 4 points worth of those Trader Joe's mashed potatoes, 0 points for the gravy. I only added about 2 tablespoons to the top of my potatoes and meatballs. And then I have some mixed vegetables here for 0. And this is going to be a total of 7 smart points. And look at how amazing this dinner looks. Thank you for joining me on this week's comfort food for the entire family. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's recipe. Again, it was absolutely delicious, an absolute must try in my opinion. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to extend a warm welcome. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and that bell will notify you every time a new video is uploaded, so make sure that you click on that as well. Comment below, let me know if you're gonna try this recipe for your family, and last but certainly not least, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye, guys.